Hey, I'm Shay and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something that I haven't done literally ever. I think if I've made any TBR videos at all, it would have been like 2019, 2020, like years ago when I did YouTube for the first time. I generally don't film TBR videos at all because I am such a mood reader that I can't think of a time in my life that I've ever stuck to a TBR. So the videos started feeling kind of pointless because I would come up with this whole list of reads that I wanted to have in the month, this whole TBR, and then I literally would read none of it. But I'm a new reformed woman, maybe possibly, I don't know. And so we're gonna try, and I've seen everyone doing the TBR jar videos. This is the most popular way I've seen recently to pick a TBR. And the reason why I didn't like this is because at first I saw people pulling actual book titles out of here. Like they would put their whole physical TBR into a jar and then they would use that in order to be able to figure out what they're gonna read. And I am too much of a mood reader for that. But then when I saw that I could do prompts, do a prompt jar for my TBR, I thought maybe, take a shot every time I say TBR, I thought maybe this might be a better way to do it and I might be able to stick to it. So today we're going to start with a short, easy, simple TBR of 5 books for the month of May that I'm going to try to read based off of these prompts. So I'm going to get in here, I'm going to draw 5, I'm going to pick books off of my physical TBR if I can, but I will also use library books if I need to, and I will also maybe buy a book or two if I need to. I don't have a lot of physical books that I currently want to read. And that sounds crazy because there are 800 books in here. So it sounds wild that I wouldn't have a lot on my physical TBR. However, for the most part, for the last couple of years, I only pretty much get new books around Christmas time when I'm doing Vlogmas. And if you have been around for Vlogmas, you'll know that every time I get a book for Vlogmas, I read it immediately. So as soon as a book comes onto my physical TBR, I read it almost as soon as I get it. And so I don't have a ton of things that are in my current reading tastes that I could choose from. So this is going to be mostly vibes. So hang out with me as we figure out what I'm going to read for the month of May, completely vibe based using our TBR jar. So I'm going to go ahead and reach in here. Why am I nervous? Like there's nothing to be nervous about. Okay, so we're going to go with this one. First, I will show it to you before I read it. I hope that's not flipped for you. Read a book with less than 350 pages. This is a good first prompt. Okay, let's do a little bit of research on my apps to find out what books I am wanting to read that have less than 350 pages. So right now for tracking books, I'm mostly using Pagebound. I would say that I like that one the most right now. I'm not tracking books in a super social way though. So I don't think any followers on Pagebound. I don't really follow anybody, but I like the way that it organizes things. And so that's what I've been using. So let me see if there was anything on my want to read that fits this prompt. Less than 350 pages. I feel like this is like the perfect one to get started with. So I'm definitely going to choose something from the romance genre because it's not hard to find something that's less than 350 pages in that genre. And it's one of my favorites, top 2 favorite genres of all time. So it's going to be easy to pick something. I'm wondering if I'm going to end up picking something this would be so me to do this. I wonder if I'm going to end up picking a sequel or something. And then like if I didn't pick a romance, if I picked a shorter fantasy, picking a sequel and then wanting to reread the first one. So then I end up with 700 pages, even though the prompt was 350. I feel like there's a lot of really good stuff coming out this month in the month of May. I wonder if there's anything coming out. So I was first looking at Roles and Rivalry by Christy Boyce, which is the 3rd book in the Gaming and Romance series. And it is like a YA Dungeons and Dragons themed romances, super cute, super short. They feel like a snack of a book. But so I thought it would be short, but it's 384 pages. So that one's not going to work. Let's keep looking. Nice. Okay. One of my most anticipated releases is less than 350 pages. It comes out on May 12th. So it'll be perfect for me to read this month. And that is First and Forever by Lynn Painter. Lynn Painter, if you've been here for any length of time, is one of my favorite romance authors of all time. I love almost everything she puts out. I'm a huge Lynn Painter fan. Adult, YA, whatever it is, if she writes it, I'll read it. And this comes out on the 12th and it is 320 pages. And so this is going to be perfect for this prompt. So I will be reading First and Forever for this prompt. I am, if somebody else wrote this book, I probably wouldn't read it because I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. I'm not like a Travis Kelce fan. I'm not somebody who really follows them at all. And so I think this is supposed to be like Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce coded in some way. I don't really know what it's about. I don't ever read synopses or anything like that, so I have no idea like what it's actually about, but the colors and some of the language I've heard around it makes me think that it's about them or inspired by them. And so generally I wouldn't read that, but because it's Lynn Painter, I will suspend my disbelief. I will not think about Taylor Swift, not even once, I don't think, and we will like just get through this for our one that's less than 350 pages. I'm very excited because it is a super anticipated release, and that makes me feel like I can take a deep breath, like I'm gonna be okay picking the other four. So let's see what we have next. Let's go down into the bottom of the jar here. Okay, I will do the same thing and show it to you first, hoping that it's not flipped on your end. Okay, most recently released book on my TBR. This is another good one. I like this. Like, see, maybe this is the way. Guys, maybe we're doing TBR videos from here on out because this so far is really going my way. So what is the most recently released book on my TBR? I feel like this is cheating a little bit because I have already started this, but because I haven't finished it and it is the most recently released book on my TBR, I am in fact going to use it for this prompt, and that is Rites of the Starling by Devney Perry. I recently reread Shield of Sparrows. Really excited for this book. I have recently started this book. It's definitely going to be a book that I complete in the month of May. It's the most recently released book on my TBR currently, and so it also fits that prompt. So I will be finishing this book in the month of May for the prompt most recently released on my TBR. I'm so excited about that because that was one that I am in the mood for. So it's nice that these are also fitting my moods for mood reading. Okay, let's pick another one and see if we can pick a different color than the ones. They're not, I wrote them randomly, so they're not like, the colors aren't indicative of anything, but I just think it would be fun. I think there are 5 colors in here. There are 5 prompts, so I think it would be fun to pull one from each color. So same thing, I'll show this one to you first. Read a book with an orange cover. An orange cover. How much orange does it have to have on the cover for me to consider it an orange cover? I say like I didn't make the prompts and the rules for myself. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm going to go with Caught Up, which is book 3 in the Windy City series by Liz Tomforty. I don't believe that I have read this. I think I read the first 2 and then stopped at this one. I did recently read In a League of Her Own by Liz Tomforty, and I really liked it. So I am looking forward to reading something else by her, and this fits orange cover. So for this one, we're going to read Caught Up by Liz Tomforty. So far, I'm really liking this lineup of books we have for the month, and we only have 2 more. So let's pick I think we need an electric pink and a green are the 2 colors that we haven't drawn yet. So let's do this electric pink. Read a book with animals on the cover. Why don't I have anything on my TBR with animals on the cover? I feel like I really like animals. Like, why would I not have anything that has animals on the cover? I wish this was like in real time, like that I could post on Instagram or something and y'all could tell me a book that has animals on the cover that you think I would like. Okay, I'm gonna look for a little bit longer, and if I can't find a book that I want to read with animals on the cover, I will phone a friend, because I am sure that Olivia could tell me a book with animals on the cover that feels like something she would quickly be like, oh yeah, for sure this. Animals on the cover. This feels like it shouldn't be hard. Everything that I can think of would be like a reread, and I don't want to do a reread for this. I want to do something that I haven't read, but we might have to cave and do a reread because I can't find a book with animals. This feels like it should be so easy. Why am I struggling like this? Okay, so after an ungodly amount of research, because for some reason I could not find a book with an animal on the cover, I've decided to go with Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. So the reason why I'm doing this is because you guys know I love an immersive reading experience. If I can read and do something from the book, if I can read and watch or whatever. And this one has a movie coming out in the next few days in May. So we're going to read Remarkably Bright Creatures, and then we're going to watch the movie when it comes out. And that's going to be like a cool 2-pronged little situation, so I can have like a full bookish experience. But for that one, we're doing Remarkably Bright Creatures. And so we have 1 more to draw. I think we're looking for a green because we've done every other color. So let me see if I can get to the bottom and get a green. Wow, first try. Show you first as always. A reread I've been needing an excuse to revisit. So for this one, we are going to do Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. I want to read this because I found out that the second one, Sweet Heat, that came out like a little less than a year ago, that was like one of my most anticipated reads of last year. I found out that it was actually the second book in the series. It was not like an interconnected standalone. So you kind of needed to remember what happened in the first to go into the second. And I remember loving Honey and Spice, but I don't remember all of the details. So I didn't feel quite ready to like go into it again without knowing. So we're going to do Honey and Spice again in order to be able to read Sweet Heat. So I love that that is our TBR. We ended up with 5 books, a book with less than 300 pages, a book with an orange cover, a book that was most recently released on my TBR, one with animals on the cover, and a reread I've been needing an excuse to revisit. And so all of those are what we will be reading for the month of May. I will film reading vlogs for some, if not all of them. And so I will be looking forward to seeing you soon with some feedback. There's only one of them I've read before, so everything else is a brand new read to me, so I'm excited to like discuss with you these things. Have you read any of these books? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me what you thought. Don't give me too much information because you know how I like to go in blind. But yeah, it was so nice hanging out with you for a little bit, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.